I borrow that outfit?
Woohoo!
As if his head wasn't big enough already. What are y'all doing to him down there?
They want to borrow his outfit.
Watch out, he'll take it off right now.
Now, while we're waiting to get the results back from the lab, would you all please stand up? Stand up. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I state your name.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear
That as a material witness.
as a material witness
To this senseless crime.
to this senseless crime.
I will not reveal the results of tonight's investigation.
I will not reveal the results of tonight's investigation
Or Vinny's murderer.
or Vinny's murder.
If I break this oath.
If I break this oath,
I agree to spend a week on a desert island.
I agree to spend a week on a desert island
With Ian, Bambi, and Fifi.
with Ian, Bambi, and Fifi.
Lord, help me out.
Thank you. Please be As a reward for your service as witnesses here, you'll find a coupon for the Whistle Stop Cafe on the back of your tickets with our thanks. And as of now, all we really know about Vinny's murder is that he was stabbed in the back and with a knife by one of these characters.
Isn't a knife typically a woman's weapon?
Let me make the conclusions, Mr. Somnambulo. Yeah. Now,
In a dress like
Miss
that?
Barnes were the first of the contestants to arrive, and if I'm not mistaken, you were more than a little surprised to find me here.
So what? Since when is it a crime to arrive early? Besides, I'm a comedian. I just want to kill people with laughs. And the door to Vinny's office has been locked all this time and none of us could get in.
She's got a point there, Kojak. Even the great Sandra couldn't slip through a keyhole to kill him. Not that I would have, of course. So explain that.
I will. No one went through that door to get at Vinny, but there's another way into that office. The door that opens directly from the washroom into Vinny's office. All of you spent enough time in there to do it, and one of you did.
That door's been locked for years. I don't even think that Vinny had a key for it.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Mr. Dumbello.
I'm not wrong.
Miss Barnes,
Tell me
could
I'm
you bring
wrong.
me your raincoat, please?
Yeah? Doesn't go with your outfit very well.
Madam, could you assist me by going through the pockets of the raincoat and tell me what you find? Dorito wrapper.
Altoid. Uh-oh.
And?
Condom?
All right.
How'd you know?
I never know a girl could get lucky.
I hope you brought it up for everyone.
Could we please check the other pocket? No, that's...
That's the same one.
A key.
Wow. What is this, Spanish lessons? I never saw that key before in my life.
Thank you, ma'am. You have what it takes to be a member of the Vice Squad. You're now an official knock 'em dead dick. Can we have a live
I never saw that key before.
Well, so you say, Miss Barnes. Now watch and learn.
Ta-da.
Now you see how easy a murder could be.
Somebody put that key in my pocket.
Well, any one of you could have made a wax impression of the lock the last time you competed. Then it'd be a simple matter to have a copy of the key made and use it to get in at Vinny. Even you, Lou.
Well, somebody is trying to frame me. And if I find out who, there's going to be hell to pay.
Well, before tonight's over, we'll know the identity of the key's owner and Vinny's murderer.
That's just great. While we're in here playing 20 questions, I got a mob full of rowdy patrons out there that pay good money to see a talent show. And if we don't get some acts on stage real soon, they could tear this place apart. We don't have time for playing any games.
Oh, I love games. I'm real good at spin the bottle.
Yes, and anyway, the only good game that I'm good at is Name That Tune. Now, I came here to win this stinking competition, and I need $1,000.
So do I.
Yes. We must go forward. You, sir, are not of the theater. We do not allow such a trivial thing as murder to stop us. The show must go on as a tribute to Vinny.
That's right. Vinny would have wanted it that way.
I want the money.
Yeah,
the
I
money's
can't-
out.
What do I say?
I want the money.
All right!
Already.
If you'll cool down, we can go ahead with the competition. Just don't think you're getting out that way. Those 8 guys in trench coats will see to it.
I just hope Phoebe's nerves aren't affected by this awful tragedy.
I don't get it. How's the contest going to work without Vinny?
Simple. Lou will introduce you like he always does. You'll do your act and then you'll come right back here. And in the meantime, the interrogation will continue.
Okay, then. Which one of us goes first?
Well, you already tried to pin the rap on me. I'll go on out there and get it over with.
Looks like you're going to be the first victim. Well, except for Vinny, he's running the comedy club in the sky now.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I need a few good laughs.
All right, Miss Barn, but come right back. We've got questions for you.
If you want to ask questions, ask him of the bimbo there. She's too dumb to be real.
Me? I'm injured. Remember my wrist? No way I could have stabbed him.
Well, let's have a seat and talk about that, Miss Lynn. Do our witnesses have questions for Miss Bambi Lynn? Ma'am.
There was a knife in her suitcase. Is the knife still there?
What knife? I didn't bring a knife.
Ian found the knife.
So I did it.
Oh, that knife.
No, I didn't.
It's still
Well, my last boyfriend, he was a sword swallower, the great expando, and he was teaching me how to swallow.
That explains a lot.
Are there other questions?
What did you do when you were in the restroom?
I was in there just freshening up. You know, putting everything back in its place.
Sir.
Since Bambi with a Y, your wrists are so swollen, how can you still throw your baton?
Well, I mean, I'm a performer. Just because you're injured doesn't mean you can't do your act. I mean, the show must go on.
Where did you learn all the medical terms to describe your injuries?
Well, I've studied under a few doctors in my time.
Did you know Vinny?
Excuse me?
Did you know Vinny before?
Yeah, I used to work in an adult toy shop, and he used to come in there and buy stuff all the time. He said for his wife, but I'm not really sure.
Okay, how come you had to have Lotta's help getting in the bathroom, but you came out by yourself?
Well, duh. I'm double jointed. I can do lots of things without my hands, if you know what I mean.
Are there further questions for Miss Lynn?
We've got one over here.
Oh.
Why were Vinny's nails
Talk to him. That's a question for him.
Further questions? Ma'am.
I know we asked if you knew Vinny, but did you biblically know?
I think she's asking asking why you're screwing him.
Well, did you know, Benny? Biblically.
Well, I'm glad you got that off your chest, Miss Lane.
Hey, Bambi, you're up next. After her act, the crowd's gonna go crazy over you, kid. Show them what you got.
Well, I never hide my assets. I'll do the best I can. Lou, can you get my bag? My public awaits.
Sure thing, gorgeous.
I knocked him dead. I killed him. I slayed him. I mean, I didn't do that.
So you say, Miss Barnes, so have a seat. In the meantime, let me ask some questions of Ian Wayne.
I did not want to say anything while she was in the room, and someone up there pointed it out, but I'm the one that found the knife in her bag.
Yes, and we saw that knife in your hand.
No, you didn't.
Questions for Mr. Ian Wayne. Sir.
What was Ian doing outside of Vinny's office when the lights came back on?
If you would have noticed, my pants were down, and if you would have paid even more attention, I had Tinkerbell in my underwear. I do believe in fairies.
It's nice to know you believe in yourself, but you didn't answer the question.
Okay, fine. Well, when the pants went down, I was so disoriented. I was feeling around for some tissue. You know what I mean. And I found the supply closet instead. And the lights came back on, and, well, that's it.
Questions?
I don't really know.
On the fine art of knife throwing?
There was not a book. I don't even know how to read.
It is in his bag. It's over there on the table.
Yeah.
The other side.
Bitch.
Yeah, that's it. F up. It's black and pink.
There.
Ah,
Oh, he moved it on you.
Knife throwing made easy?
That book, why didn't you just say so? Jeez.
What do you need that book for?
Fine. A few years ago, Fifi and I had this comedy routine. I disguised myself as Joan Crawford, and I strapped myself to a spinning wheel. I disguised Fifi as Betty Davis, and she threw knives at me.
How can a dog throw a knife? I mean, the dog doesn't have a thumb, you know, to hold on.
Knife throwing made easy. Chapter 3 of that book has very depicted images on how to throw a knife with your mouth. It's true.
Baby Jane Betty Davis or All About Eve Betty Davis?
The slutty Betty Davis. Kind of like Bambi.
She's got Betty Davis eyes.
You still haven't explained why you had your pants down.
Oh.
Fine.
And you were behind the screen for quite a while with the raincoat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I was behind the screen, I was getting revenge on Roxy. See, she got my dog drunk, so I took a tinkle on her coat.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry.
And you went.
Damn.
Are there further
And you
questions?
didn't put the key in her coat?
No, I was taking a tinkle, and I would never touch what I tinkled on. That's gross. Do you touch what you tinkle on?
Ma'am.
Why did you change clothes?
Every opportunity I get, I change clothes. This is fabulous. I mean, just look at it.
It is.
Thank you.
Further questions?
Did you know Vinny?
More like not.
No, I did not know Vinny. I don't even know what he looks like.
Biblically.
Lying?
No, I'm not lying.
Did you put the condom in the coat pocket?
No, I was tinkling on the coat pocket. I would not touch what I tinkled on.
How about the Viagra?
Viagra?
Yeah, I thought it was in the
Honey, I don't need Viagra.
Well, nobody knows what happened in the dark, Mr. Wayne, but soon we're going to shed some light on the whole subject.
Well, I think you're questioning the wrong person, frankly. There's somebody here who claims to be somebody he's not. You're a fraud, and I know it.
I've had just about enough of these insults. I'm leaving.
Hold on. You're not going anywhere. I got him.
Well, what is this?
Hey, Bambi,
Man,
the times are burning. She's on fire. She's almost to a climax. Lana, you're up next. Come on, I'll introduce you.
Oh, there's no need. Some artists require no introduction.
Fish gotta swim, birds gotta
awfully eager to leave us, weren't you, Mr. Great?
This is absurd. This is a travesty.
Do we have questions for the great somnambulo?
How long have you known Vinny?
Just a week or two.
Did you know him biblically?
I cast aspersions on him, but I didn't know him until I won my portion of this contest. Put me in the
What
finals.
was written on the paper that fell out of your hat?
What paper?
Oh, the paper you picked up on the floor.
Oh, in my pocket?
Your left coat pocket.
Bitch. You mean this one? Yeah.
Yeah, let's read it out loud.
Let's see it.
Say please.
Please.
Quite innocent, actually.
It's a map of the theater.
Very observant of you. He's not as stupid as he looks, is he?
Yeah, he is.
So what do you need a map of the theater for?
Well, it's rather embarrassing, but you see, I've had a lifelong paraphobia.
Oh,
that's right. You are stupid as you look. I've had a lifelong fear of fire. And so in whatever venue I find myself appearing, I always like to try to know where the exits are in case the place catches on fire.
So why are you afraid of fire?
Well, I don't see where that's germane to this investigation at all.
Do we want to know?
Yes. You're all bitches. Okay. Even the men. All right, well, if you insist.
They are on occasion.
If you insist. Well, another lifelong malady I've had is a chronic hiccup attack. And my family used to cure the hiccup, so to speak, by frightening me. You know, they'd jump out behind the sofa and say boo and that sort of thing. They would cure by hiccups. But on one occasion, when I was an infant, I had hiccups for 5 days, and they couldn't stop them with the normal technique. So in desperation, my father set my diaper on fire. Well, as you might imagine, that not only scared the piss out of me and put out the hiccups, but it put out the fire.
Okay, the red X on Vinny's office.
Oh, yes. Well, when I win this contest, and looking at the competition, I certainly will, I wanted to know where to go to pick up the $1,000. We were those three, you know, those two ladies dragged me in there. I don't know what they had in mind, but, you know, I was going to find out.
I have a question. That thing over there said that you got plastic surgery.
I know, I don't know where she got that idea. You can tell from my youthful visage that I've never had plastic surgery.
I can't even see the stitches.
Don't poke, please.
Your plastic surgeon, is he single?
No, I've never had a plastic surgery.
Oh, right.
What club you used to run?
Where she got that, I don't know. As I said, I would never appear at a pit called the, whatever it was called.
The Dewdrop Inn.
Yes, sounds like a pit, actually.
How do you explain her recognizing?
Well, you know, I think it's a case of mistaken identity. The woman is obviously confused. I mean, you know, there are lots of handsome men with lovely mustaches in the world. She probably had me confused with someone else.
This sounds awful suspicious, Mr. Great.
I'm not guilty. You can't prove a thing. And stop calling me Mr. Great.
Okay, Mr. Mediocre.
They loved me. I was worried about my wrist, but those guys in the trench coats went wild when I did my high kicks. Woo!
Oh.
They're used to seeing legs in the air. They're the vice squad.
Too bad the pig breeders aren't here for you, Miss Barn.
That's enough, ladies.
That's enough, yes.
I'm pretty sure you're lying, but...
You know, I'm always suspicious of someone who's eager to place the blame on someone else. As they say in the world of opera, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Why don't you ask her about that phone call she got?
Oh.
Pigs! Hurls before surviving! I swear they wouldn't know great art if it came up and bit them in the ass!
Well, if that's the case, they're gonna love the princess in the pooch. Come on, Cinderella, it's you, baby.
This is it, Fifi. Now's our big chance. Get your heart out, Cher. Here goes Fifi.
There's something really strange about that man.
I agree.
All right. Do we have questions for Miss Roxy Barn?
The phone call.
Yeah, what was with the phone
It was my mother. Well, to make arrangements for us to go out and celebrate after I won the contest.
Well, what was with the gun?
Wait a minute. Your mother? Why'd she
Yeah.
sound like a man?
She smoked for 50 years.
How come you sound like a man?
I smoke too. And besides, I've got the DNA of the GED or whatever it's called.
Do you smoke quite a bit, do you?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you smoke after meals?
Usually.
Well, this is a rather delicate question. Based on this latex object that they found in your coat, do you smoke after sex?
I never looked.
The lady asked about, you're mentioning a gun.
Gun?
You clearly...
I don't have a gun. I never had a gun. I don't...
You clearly said a gun would be too loud.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was talking about something else. I am supposed to sing in a wedding in a couple of weeks, and the bride wants to have an organ, and I kept telling her an organ would be too loud.
Are there further questions for Ms. Barnes?
Tell us about the dew dropped in. What were you doing there?
I was entertaining. I was starting out as a young comic, and that was one of the places I started out in.
On or off the top of the table?
The table's not strong enough. Oh.
Why do you suppose he doesn't recognize you?
Because he's lying.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who do you believe, me or him? Her. Him, her. What?
Exactly.
Miss.
What was she doing in the restaurant?
Well, when the lights went out, we got scared. We didn't know what was happening, so we ran to a place that we thought was hidden away.
Well, that sounds awful suspicious.
What's with the key in your pocket?
I'm sorry?
What's with the key in the pocket?
I'm still wondering about that. I don't know who put that key in there.
Well, this sounds awful suspicious, Miss Barnes.
Well, the only thing really suspicious around here is that Marlene Dietrich meets Elmer Fudd accent she's been thinking all night.
I'll have you know I am the only real, genuine article around here. Oh.
Hold on, Miss Verboten.
But believe me, don't you, darling?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Barbarians, that's what you are. Barbarians. Oh, how can anybody boo the Wizard of Oz?
Okay, you with the turban. You're bringing up the rear. Let's go.
It's fortunate that they saved the best for last. Sonambulo always satisfies. Make way for the winner.